we are going to start off actually with a trivia question. So, in what year did peer support come over to the United States? When did it start in the United States? And if you know the answer, raise your hand.
And call it.
Sharon, I see you Googling it.
And
We were friends, Maria. Yeah.
We are very. That's how I know you so well.
anybody's hands up?
I'm sorry, Carolyn, I had you muted, so I couldn't hear you. What was the question?
Thanks, Karen.
My husband had to help me. I'm like, I can't hear them. I can't hear it. He said, you muted.
Okay, so here's the first trivia question.
Okay.
And your prize is going to be, we are in the process of having custom-made t-shirts done. And we will be getting with you and finding out what kind of t-shirt you would like. So this is our first question. In what year did peer support start in the United States? And push your little hand raise button if you know. Nobody? If anybody knows me, which a few of you do, it is my birth year.
How old are you, Carolyn?
Huh?
How old are you?
I'm 45. Or wait, no, 44. I'm turning 45 next year.
Hold on. Let me get out my calculator.
Are we allowed to say?
Yes, go ahead.
I think is it 1974, 1975, 1974?
Which one? Which one's your final answer?
Well, how old are you? You said.
I'm 44.
I'm sorry.
No, am I 45? Oh my gosh, I don't even know how old I am.
I'm just gonna say 1974.
I'm gonna say 1975.
It is 1975, but we're gonna give it to both of you. Yes, 1975.
I was still thinking it was 2019. I'm sorry.
Hey, well, let's fast forward and hopefully this COVID stuff will move too. Okay, so yes, it was 1975. I was born in the year that peer support. Oh wait, oh my gosh, I totally just. Okay, you guys are gonna love me. No, it wasn't peer support. Wrong question. This is bad. If anybody,
It was peer support started in 2004, like.
yeah, I'm talking about wraparounds. I got two mixed up. So yes, wraparounds actually started in 1975. Holy cow! That's why we should have written this down. And that concludes your funny portion of this presentation.
It was on purpose.
It was totally rehearsed.
Good icebreaker, huh?
Okay, so Sharon, you and, is it Mamie? I love that name.
It's Mame.
Mame?
Yeah, Mame.
Oh, beautiful. We will get with you guys at the very end, and we will talk t-shirt shop, okay? Okay, let's get into our presentation here. So I'm Carolyn Cox. I am the program director of the Spark program. I'm one of the founders of the program and creator. And I have my sidekick over here.
Me.
I'm Maria Nunez. I'm a peer support counselor at Comprehensive Healthcare and also the contract manager for Spark at the Hope Agency.
Yes, awesome. Yeah, we're kind of two peas in a pod and do a lot of stuff together. So let me see if I can there we go. So wise, now I'm on wise. What the heck?
We're on Spark currently.
I know, we're on Spark. Sorry. I was just on a meeting with Evelyn Clark and we were talking all sorts of programs, so my bad. So Spark is an acronym for Students Providing and Receiving Knowledge, and it is a career path for high school students that are getting ready to graduate, or young adults that have graduated or getting their GED, to maybe find a career in certified peer counseling and see if that is their path. So we are excited. We started off at New Horizons High School in Pasco, Washington. We still will be teaching Spark in that school this year, but we'll talk about where we're expanding to in a little bit. And I think this was my slide, huh? Okay. All right, so some of the things that we're going to talk about, and please feel free if anybody has a question or we're going too fast or whatever, please raise your hand, shout out, you know, whatever to get our attention, and we'll stop and ask questions. So we're let's have just a good time and relax and have a conversation. So we're going to look at how Spark got started, the purpose of Spark, what have we accomplished. We do have our second class, most of the data for our second class that just finished up their certification testing. We are going to talk about the Spark Toolkit. We are not quite finished with it, but it is going to be available to the community very soon. We are just putting some finishing touches on it, and with COVID, we actually did a lot of adjusting because now we have a model for when we have a pandemic or when we can't be in person with people. So we were able to really adjust to doing this program online as well as in person. So, and our audience is now even broader than just being in person. We're going to talk a little bit about the future of Spark, and we're going to present our new logo. So we're pretty excited about that. And we're going to have Brandon back there. He's going to talk about the logo when we get to the logo. All right. And we're going to move forward here. I guess that's not going to let me do that. Okay. All right, Maria.
So our purpose for Spark is to develop a school-based peer counselor career pathway for young adults ages 17 to 21. But it's also grown into doing night classes for people up to what age?
28.
28.
About 28, 30.
Yeah. So we, aside from the school-based one, we also have a night class that it's 3 days out of the week for 2 hours as well. Another thing is learn how to grow their social and emotional toolboxes, learn how to coach and mentor others in a strength-based setting, teach goal setting, and learn how to self-advocate and self-care, and take the 40-hour CPC class after graduation to be prepared for the CPC workforce. So one of the toolboxes for social and emotional, we use the toddlers to teens, right? That's one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's a very good educational thing to help a lot of youth kind of learn their emotional skills and everything. And we also show them strength-based settings. So we're here at Spark, we talk very positive about each other. And whenever someone's kind of having like a bad day, we kind of pull each other's like, we started naming their strengths and the positive things about themselves to help them feel better. And another one is teaching goal settings, which my favorite is SMART goals. That is something that had helped me a lot that Karen was able to teach me. That's something that I love teaching others because it helps them get their goals set in place, and even like setting a big goal and then working from small goals, working it all the way up to achieving the big goal. And just being able to check off the small goals helps a lot. I mean, it helps you feel accomplished and means that you're like doing something right and everything. And then self-advocate and self-care, we hear always talk about self-care. Everybody's is different, but we always want to make sure that everybody's okay and that everybody's feeling good with themselves and that they're getting the self-care that they need.
Yes, Marie is very good at coming in the office and telling me that I look like, and I need to go do some self-care. So, no, and I love that about her because she keeps me in check. I keep them in check. And we definitely, that's one thing I love about working in our environment is that we are very self-care conscious, and that there is no guilt in taking care of yourself, because if we can't, then we really have no business doing this work, because that is one thing that I believe strongly that peers bring to the table, is how to teach that self-care and to self-advocate when you need it. So that is our purpose. So some of our class demographics, so this picture really quick is of two of our Spark High School students that went through the class, and they actually got their certification in one-on-one teaching with the RAP app that you can have on your phone, which is the Wellness Recovery Action Plan. And they got certified through Naomi Herrera, who is the peer liaison for coordinated care. Her and Naomi, I believe her last name's Watson, from Coordinated Care, who is the substance use disorder liaison. They came down and worked with our students in the fall, and I believe 19 of them got certified in the RAP to work with other students to be able to do this on their phones. So that was pretty awesome. And we actually had the the Pasco School District Superintendent came to their celebration ceremony and was able to watch and get them handed out. So it was pretty awesome. The students loved it, and it was a great accomplishment for them. And so looking at our demographics this year, we actually had 8, I think we had a total of about 15 students that, because of COVID, we had some that had to go and leave school and go work out in the fields because the parents needed help, or they had to stay home and watch their siblings while the parents went out and worked in the field. And as you can tell, the majority of our students for Spark is Hispanic. And we had one Black African-American young man. And so 5 of them were bilingual students that spoke Spanish. We had 3 male students, 3 teen parents. Our age range for this class was 18 to 25. We had 6 high school graduates, 1 soon to get GED, 1 soon to be a high school graduate, and 1 has already been hired with WISE, Sharon. Woo-hoo! Sharon's on the thing right now, Sharon Alfaro. She got hired on, and then we also have a youth who is moving to Spokane and is talking with possibly working for Excelsior with their WISE program. So we're pretty excited. And from our previous class, Maria is now working for comprehensive healthcare with their new Journeys program, working with youth in their first episode psychosis. So we're really excited. We're getting youth out there And we want to get youth into this field and get them working because it makes a difference. Let's see. Any questions so far? Trying to check. I don't want to. All right, so we'll go ahead and.
Carolyn, I just wanted to know if we get to be the first workshop to see your fancy new logo.
Actually, yes. You all are the very first to get to see our new logo.
So I get some bragging rights.
And you're going to be the first to get shirts too.
Woohoo. Yeah,
So,
but I got to win first.
yes, you do. We have a couple more. But
I was busy trying to find out remember what Spark, I couldn't remember what the R stood for. And so I was like trying to find that in case that was a question, but then it wasn't.
Look at Karen, all getting ready. Nice. Love it. Okay, Maria, you're up. Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. So we're going to be talking about some events we participated in. On this picture, we presented last year what was the name of it?
The symposium, the WISE symposium.
There you go. I know it's a on the local FISPERT with Aiden.
Yes, Aiden Delaney or Delaney. Yes, Aiden.
Yeah. So he brought me. Well, they brought us on to present for that, and that was one of the trainings that we're able to be, or one of the conferences we're able to be in. Trainings with coordinated care. So we had trainings with them. We had the RAP certification that we talked about in the last one with coordinated care. Classes with Evelyn at HCA around implicit biases, which she was able to come down and which was amazing as well. I feel like the youth very enjoyed that one and were able to speak on their opinions and their experiences as well. So at local and statewide FISPERTs, which we're always going around and joining people, different FISPERTs to get this program out and just presenting on what Spark does and hopefully getting connected with them more in the future and be able to have the Spark program there as well. We participate on local and state committees. Me, myself, and Carolyn are in the Behavioral Health Advisory Council for, where is it? Olympia? In Olympia. Peer Pathways Conference, which I want to say this is the first conference I ever joined on with Carolyn, and this kind of started to kind of spark. So
yes, it did.
This is my third one this year. And then Mental Health America webinar, which we were able to be nationwide, which was pretty amazing and awesome. And also the Y Symposium, which was this one as well.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, we were very fortunate this year. We got asked to host a webinar back in April. I believe it was April 28th. If anybody wants to go back and look for it, because they still have it on their website. For Mental Health America, we got to talk about the Spark program and what we do, and how we are, going statewide, and hopefully, we'd hope to go national as well. But we're here to love on Washington first. But that was an amazing experience, talking on the Mental Health America. So this one is some of our stakeholders and partners that we
Work closely.
Yeah, we work really close. So we actually started the program at New Horizons High School. It's an alternative school in Pasco. And they have been such an amazing host for us to have this program. And one of the things that we're working on to do with them next year, or as the school year starts too, is working with youth that are coming out of detention or even getting put on probation, so that they can get paired up with a youth peer counselor to help find, resources, to help find activities, to help look at some SMART goals, where do you want to go in life? because there's really not a whole lot of things, you know, help them get back and acclimated into school. So that's one of the projects that we're trying to work on, especially with our local juvenile justice. But we do sit on quite a few juvenile justice committees, and we are working really hard with them to try to see where we can get with having youth be paired up with youth peer counselors, so that they can get more out of, you know, coming out of an institution or detention, or, you know, whatever they're coming out with. They might need that support. So if they want one, we would be more than happy to offer them one. Community Health Plan of Washington has been a great supporter of ours. They actually have given us a pot of money to be able to do some of the things that we're doing, like being on Zoom. We were able to purchase our own Zoom account. We were able to purchase some computers to get started, which then made it easier for us when COVID started, because we're like, oh my gosh, we're not going to stop doing this. So how do we, you know, continue this? We were able to purchase some computers and things like that to really help get us out there and continue the work. So that was pretty awesome. We also did our and I'm probably getting ahead of myself, but I'm really excited. We did our apprenticeships this year on Zoom or WebEx, whatever the agency had, and with the state. And it was actually pretty awesome to continue to hold this whole process, and having some of our providers actually get on and work with the Spark students around, you know, what do you want to do when you know, after this class. So that was pretty awesome. Comprehensive healthcare, Maria, where Maria works, they are also a huge partner of ours. They are really amazing with talking with our youth, helping them prepare for job interviews, and really helping look at what other, you know, if they want to continue on to become a social worker, a therapist. They've been really amazing about making appointments with the students and talking with them one-on-one. And I'm not just talking about the, you know, the folks that are the counselors and stuff. Their administration really comes and works with our youth, which is awesome. So shout out to Comprehensive and everybody else, but go Comprehensive. Coordinated Care is a huge partner of ours. They come and do a lot of different certifications and trainings for us. And we're very fortunate because they are all free and they have been amazing. So we love working with Naomi Herrera, shout out, Ani King, Dawn Watson, Mindy, I can't remember Mindy's last name, so forgive me, Mindy, and Joey Charlton. They have been amazing. They come work with our youth, and fabulous, fabulous trainers. And Lutheran Community Services Northwest came on board this year, which we were really excited about, because we really, if we were looking at putting youth peers to work, especially in the WISE program, we really needed to have a WISE provider on the team. So they came on board this year, and Kyla Epperly, shout out to you, and Matthew. Thank you so much for your support in this work. And then, of course, last but not least is En route. We love Dan and Mark. They're amazing. The WISE trainers and coaches, they help us out quite a bit and are phenomenal to work with. And last but not least, we get a lot of support from the Washington State Healthcare Authority. Tina Burrell oversees our contract with Spark, and she is amazing. And this year we had a wonderful experience being able to get a little bit more funds with a project that Jared Langton, yay Jared, shout out man, to do the night classes. So if you are part of the night classes, Sharon, say thank you, Jared. But anyways, that is our partners. And we also have a few more that come to meetings and they kind of help navigate some stuff. Our accountable communities of health, Benton and Franklin County also partner with us. And honestly, we're gonna have to start putting on their FISPERTs, because I think we're starting to present at many FISPERTs because they really want to know about this program and what we're doing.
I was about to sneeze. Oh my goodness. So sorry, I have like horrible allergies. So the 40-hour apprenticeships on Zoom, we had to do everything on Zoom due to COVID, but we were able to work around it, adjust it, and we rocked it. So I just gotta say that. What some of the apprenticeships we worked with were en route, like she was saying. We're able to do trainings with them and as well. Comprehensive healthcare, they're able to talk to a lot of my coworkers there and get different views and answers from different positions and things as well. So they had like a little open view. The Spark development team, they actually were helping us out as well with creating and moving forward with the Spark program. We're able to hear their ideas. And then the local family youth system partnership, I couldn't say FISPERT, with the local FISPERT as well. Sorry. They're able to join on and give their feedback as well and see how it works. And then Lutheran Community Services for also the same.
Otherwise, yeah. And we also got to speak at the statewide FISPERT to really help give folks kind of like, hey, we'd like to come to your area, and to give a little overview of what we do. And it's pretty awesome because right now we're developing a lot of things that are probably going to be coming out within the next, probably 6 to 12 months. I mean, we just keep growing and we're so happy about that, and very excited to be, not employing, but helping youth get the positions and the jobs that they want, to help them. Some of them do contract work for Spark. So we do contracts with youth, and it's been pretty awesome. I think I have about 10 to 12 youth that do different things here, and they get paid to do different stuff, to help with contracts, to help with administrative assistant stuff, because it's getting too much for one person. Juvenile justice, we're looking at the LGBTQ plus population. We would love to start some groups and some activities for that population. Also looking at youth that are in the foster care system or have been adopted. There is a huge and I used to work with a lot of adoptive parents, and I am an adoptive parent, and sometimes we need people to listen because we need a little extra help, or youth need a little extra help and need to know that they belong and that they're loved. So we really are looking at focusing on some different populations, yet bringing them all together, because we want to be very inclusive. And so our future for Spark, I love this. The youth made this board for me because in my classroom, I used to have pictures of all the seniors and youth and teen moms that I worked with at New Horizons, and I could have several more pictures up there, but they wouldn't fit. But I love working with youth. I really wish that this program had been around when I was a youth. And I am very happy that we were able to get this going. And so very excited about that. Now, okay, so drum roll, please. But you are now, and we will have Brandon talk about it, but you're now about to see our new agency logo. So the Spark program is a program of the Hope Agency. That is what the youth decided they wanted to name our agents, our 501c3. So we are the Hope Agency, and Spark is a program of the Hope Agency.
That was your drum roll.
I love it. It's beautiful.
This is our,
That's the logo right
I know,
there.
I am
Will
so
you share your
excited.
screen so we can see it bigger? Can you?
Can I what?
Share your screen so we can see it bigger?
Oh, how do I do that? I thought I was screen sharing.
Well, I guess you are, because I can see it, but now I'm trying to, okay, I
Zoom in?
figured it out. No, I just had to switch and make your lovely faces smaller and make this bigger. So no offense to your lovely faces, but this is beautiful.
So we are the Hope Agency, and we stand for empowerment, resiliency, and recovery. And now we are getting our program for Spark developed. And I'm going to let Brandon talk a little bit about this.
So a while back when I first started here, Carolyn had asked me if I knew anybody that knew how to make logos or anything. I overheard them talking about the logos. And I had to remember a buddy of mine, I'm from Walla Walla. I remembered a buddy of mine that was really good at drawing. And he told me once that he wanted to be a graphic designer when he grew up. Well, I ended up reaching him on Instagram and finding his information. And it turned out that he went to UW and actually like achieved his dreams, and he became a graphic designer. So when I reached out to him and asked him if he could build us something like a little logo for us, completely different than what you see now. We had a whole different idea. Yeah, way different than what you see right now. I feel like we were thinking too much outside of the box, and he just made it so simple and to the point. And I just love the fact that it just explains everything that we wanted, but so simple and straight to the point. And not even 3 days after we bought this logo, we contacted him back up so he could start the Spark one for us. And that's the one that he started for us right now.
Explain what the logo is.
Yeah.
Oh, as well too, the logo, at first I had an idea of having like an adult and a little kid looking at him, you know, and then a phoenix in the background. That was my idea for the logo. And I had gave him that idea, but he had explained that that's too much for a logo. So he just ran off with the simple phoenix, and he ended up making his own version of a phoenix that you see right there in front of your screen. And like just that simplicity right there is what makes it stand out, at least to me and to us out here too. Plus the color patterns that he chose, it just makes it look so beautiful.
Yes. We
It's really awesome, you guys. I was even going to ask, is that a representation of a phoenix, or is that a representation of a youth spreading his wings? So,
open to interpretation, but we came out of New Horizons, which are their mascot is the phoenix. And you know, I'll let Brandon talk a little bit about why we chose the phoenix.
Actually, one thing too that I have noticed, not just with New Horizons, but a lot of alternative high schools around Washington, not just around Washington, but around the U.S., they tend to adapt the phoenix into their mascot for some alternative high schools. And I come from an alternative high school in Walla Walla, right here, and they have the alternative high school New Horizons, and a phoenix represents rebirth. You know, you're rising up from the ashes. You're willing to restart and just be a new person, be a better you. And that's what the phoenix resembles to us. Even though we messed up our past, you know, and we burned ourselves out, we're coming up out the ash and we're rising up to be a better and more brighter person, not just for ourselves, but for the community and the youth as well. so we can build a brighter future for the next generation that's coming.
And that's also why we put empowerment, resiliency, and recovery, because that's pretty much what it stands for as well.
Yeah. So yes, so this, and I can't wait to see what this young man does with the Spark logo. And we chose him because he is a youth trying to, make a living off of doing some graphic design, and he's pretty powerful. So if anybody wants his information, you can put it in the chat box.
We'll get you his contact information. I'll get you anything, whatever you guys need. He's your guy. And then the person that's gonna be making the shirts that we're raffling out to will most likely be a local artist from around here, a local mom. I know this lady that does like local shirts that's doing a business for her family, so we're gonna support that business as well and get our shirts made through her.
Yep. Our goal is to support local, especially youth and young adult businesses that are trying to get their start and get going, so that they can see their dreams come true and move forward in their goals. So we're very much about helping out the community and looking at what we can do to help others. So yes, I'm in love with this. So that, I know that we have, let's see, we have this until 2:30. So does anybody have any questions before we move on?
I guess for me, I'd love to hear from the young folks, and Carolyn too, how we can encourage the youth in our lives that maybe are not in a good space, how we can encourage them to know that they can make a difference even when they're not in their best space. They can still begin to move forward. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Can we take off the PowerPoint?
Yes.
And make the screen services on?
Yep.
I'll answer that right now. I want to see everybody's faces. So a way that I do it is,
You need to.
so you have it to fit on a little screen.
Well, I don't need to be on here.
Oh, okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
The way I do it is by first talking to youth and just having them tell me a little bit about themselves. They don't have to share a full story, but just pulling out strengths from what they're telling me and just showing them, you're strong, you're resilient, you're trying, just pulling little strength-based words off of them. And later when they're done talking, just telling them, you showed this, you showed that, and just to give them that hope that yes, they can do it, and yes, they have the power, and they can keep on pushing if they, and the way that Carolyn did it with me is before about 3 years ago, I was in a very bad situation. I was not in a healthy relationship. I didn't have my GD. I didn't have a job, and I was a mom of two. And I'd always go to Carolyn's office and I'd just let everything out. I was in a very bad mental state. And she would also be like, but she would tell me strength-based words about myself that would help me. And having someone pull those things out and just telling me, you're showing this and that, kind of gave me hope into moving forward and just kind of getting back on my feet, and just seeing it in myself, the way my mentality had changed. It did a lot for me. I mean, now I'm very positive. I'm very strength-based. I'm very, the one word I use for myself is very resilient. Coming back from not having anything to, being able to do what I love. So just kind of a lot of encouragement, empowerment, and listening is a big thing. Sometimes, they just want to vent, and even if it's quiet after that, it's okay. Just let everything out, and just showing them that someone is there for them, and when they're ready to take the next step, you're there to be there to help them as well. That's my way. If that helped out, I hope so.
Yes, thank you for that. And does Spark have any sort of, I don't know, like mentoring type, like not peer partner, but like I'm just gonna say my daughter is living in addiction right now. She's 19, so she's a young adult, and she knows a lot of the strategies and skills. She just is living kind of a homeless life, so she doesn't really have that around her. Is there any kind of groups or, like somebody that would do like a reach out to her over text and maybe begin to kind of build some sort of mentorship with her? I'm just trying to find someone besides me that can reach out, because right now she has an adult from Ryther Children's, a case manager that she connects with, and he works with her. It's just he's an adult, she doesn't have any, she doesn't want to do why, she doesn't want to do any of that. But I just think it'd be great for her to have somebody that she just was able to reach out to. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, if you want, I am more than willing to get in contact with her and be that mentor for her.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah. And I mean, she may never reach back out to you, but right now she's about 6 weeks and 3 days clean off of meth. So she's right now in a space where she's open to hearing. It's
If she
just
wants to talk.
me as her adopted mom. It's kind of like we're just trying to work on her relationship right now. So I'm not really in a position that she can hear
Yeah.
my stuff. You know what I mean?
Talk. You guys are
So
more than welcome to contact me as well. I overcame a meth addiction at her age. I tried to kill myself because of meth.
yeah, and
That
she
was
went to
my way
jail. She
out.
went to Echo Glen for 9 months.
Yeah,
So I mean, she's been the journey. So I'll email you all. At least I know I have Maria and Carolyn's email. I'll email you her phone number, and you guys could just do a text out to her. I'll let her know that you guys might, I'll let her know, because I communicate with her by text. So I'll let her know, hey, some of my friends might be reaching out to you, because I think she's in a space now where she's open. I don't want to lose that window. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So really quick, Karen, I want to add to that, because you bring up some really amazing stuff that we are working on. So we are working on creating some services for youth out there that need to reach out. And so we're probably looking at like first of the year, but we're always willing to, and I mean, the youth are so amazing. I probably have about 12 youth right now that come and do work here at the Spark program. And they're amazing. They're more than willing to be mentors. And that is something that we are going to be definitely offering in the future, is to have, that peer connection.
Yeah, I really like
especially
that.
with transition age youth.
Yeah, because I really like that, because what I've gotten a lot from is people, teen talk line, helpline. Oh, she can call me. She can call me. She's not going to call you. So if I found, somebody that just, once a week or a couple times a month, hey, just thinking of you, Holly, how you doing? Then she might respond. But if she has to initiate that contact, she's probably not going to do it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Whatever.
But to have Maria and, I'm sorry, was your name Nathan?
Brandon.
Brandon, where'd I get Nathan from? That's not even close. Sorry, Brandon.
it's all good.
Nathan. Sorry. Yeah, so I'll
No.
reach out to you guys, and I just think she's in a position right now where I think she would positively respond. And I think if I gave her Maria's number, she probably wouldn't reach out to Maria. But if Maria reached out first, she'd probably talk to her.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or Brandon. She'd love to hear she's just in a prime place right now to kind of move forward a little bit. And I don't want to lose that window.
Yeah, no, that window is very important, because
Yeah, and
when
6
my mom
weeks
saw
is,
that's what helped me out a lot. She her baby daddy was the one that helped me overcome my meth addiction. Actually, he's like my cousin. Took me out of the apartment that I was in, because all my roommates were tweakers, so we would just tweak it literally 24/7 all day. And he's her baby dad, which is my cousin, came over and he seen me, and instantly he took me out of that house, got me clean, and like now I'm here, you know, I'm happy that I'm clean now. I've been clean since I was 21. I don't regret it. I feel a lot healthier. I can breathe without, you know, my chest hurting. I can run without feeling like I'm gonna die. I can work out. I can
And you
just
look fine. You
yeah,
don't look all scary. That's the thing.
yeah. I don't look dead.
She's a gorgeous girl, and man, that meth just knocks you
Yeah.
out.
When you
So
start
sores and
when you start seeing yourself become healthier and you start seeing past pictures, you start realizing the damage it did to your body a lot. Because at that time, I didn't think I was looking skinny. I didn't think I was looking sucked up. Nothing. Yeah, I looked normal to me. As soon as I got clean, got a little bit of weight back, and I seen the pictures, I was like, dang, I look like a skeleton. Like I was bad. And that's just a spot in my life that once you get clean, you don't want to see yourself going back down that route.
yeah. Well, I appreciate you guys. Carolyn, a shout out to you. You're doing all these shout outs to others. I want to do a shout out to you, Carolyn, because I met you way back when, and you had bigger dreams than WSCC could hold. And I'm just so appreciative that you created this space for me to now be where it's the perfect space for me. And without you have sitting in this space where I sit as the project director, I think you were called the executive director, but basically a WSCC space, you inspire me, and it's been great to watch you smash down all the walls. That, I mean, you talked about something like this first time I met you years ago, and there was no such thing. There was nothing like what Spark does, and here you are walking it out, speaking nationally, sharing it, and kudos to those you kids, you young adults, because you're impressive, and this whole group's impressive. I'll get off my soapbox now, but
I'm kind of like
Spark
Mama
is
Bear
awesome.
sometimes, though, you know. I mean,
Yeah,
I sometimes call them my kids, and they're like, but they're okay with that. But no,
right.
you
You earned that right.
the youth and the young adults that I work with, I am blessed to be around all day, every day that I work, because they, and honestly, they're the ones running this. You're right. I open some doors because of the people that I know, but they're the ones running the show. And I'm just amazed at, they have so much talent, and yeah, so I'm very blessed, and I can't wait to share this with the rest of the state.
Can I add?
Yeah.
Can I follow on Karen's comment? There is, pardon my memory, an award going on today that you can like nominate people, and I encourage y'all to nominate Carolyn.
Aww.
I already did.
You're gonna make me cry, Sharon. That's not fair.
It's okay. You're not wearing makeup. You're
You're
good.
always at the waterworks, Sharon.
So Sharon here, who is on our Zoom group, Sharon is actually one of our most recent graduates of the Spark program, and working now in an agency, which is our goal, is to get youth into agencies. And she was phenomenal. She got to sit on some state meetings. She still is sitting on some state committees, and we really want to get youth connected to their communities, to not just their communities in which they live, but the state community, because they have a voice that really needs to be heard, not just with peer support, but really looking at some of the systems like juvenile justice, like the foster care system, and other systems, that they really need to be heard and need to help be a part of that change, because a lot of them have such great ideas, and I mean, it's amazing what we could do if we helped let the youth guide us a little bit more in where we need to go. And personally, I want to retire one day, and I want to leave it in some good hands, and I know that we will. So Does anybody else have any questions?
I stepped out. I wasn't sure if I stepped out for a bit. I didn't know if my question got like acknowledged, if it, because I don't know.
Was it in the chat box?
Yeah.
Oh, what was the question?
Oh, okay. Oh, so I wrote like, how is the advertising coming with getting the word out about Spark? I did mention that you probably have covered this, but I was like specifically asking about like domains like the school districts and youth and foster care and different, areas. And I also asked, how are the different school districts reacting to this program? Are they receptive to it? Because I've been hearing about funding. They always mention about, I don't know,
Yeah.
funding as a barrier. Yeah, it's just like just how you're,
Yeah.
the process of disseminating the word out to
Right.
different school districts and those we were even talking about earlier about even especially those predominantly minority
Yes.
schools as well. It's just
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, so everywhere and
Yeah.
those, yeah.
So we have started talks with OSPI. What does OSPI stand for?
Office of Superintendent of Public Instruction.
Instruction.
Office of the Superintendent of Public Instruction.
Yes. So those that kind of set the rules and the boundaries about what schools need to do and curriculum that needs to be put out. We have actually started having conversations about what it would look like to maybe have what we would call youth peer liaisons in schools.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, and this is what I recognize from working in a school, is that a youth would much rather hear something from a youth.
Yeah.
Or from somebody who is from the same place as them, but maybe at a further along with maybe their recovery or whatever. It would be easier for peers to be able to meet with youth and help them find resources and help them navigate systems, because what I'm finding is a lot of youth do not know or understand how to reach out to services. Then they don't even know if they want to. But if they had somebody who was a peer and they could talk to, because that's what Maria did. She actually came and volunteered in my room, which was called the Mindset Reset Room, where I had a lot of youth come in that needed to just chill, needed to their anxiety level lowered. But she would come and just talk with the youth. They just needed someone to listen to them. And it was amazing, the response that we would get and the youth that would respond to Maria around getting services, because she had the know-how of, well, this is what I've had to do and how I went about doing it and how it worked for me. So we're hoping to work more on that, but also to get the Spark program in other schools. And that's another project that we are working on. And the schools that we have gone to, districts, which haven't been too many. I mean, most of them around this area. And I think the King County, I mean, they have a ton of school districts over there, but there's a few over there that are really, I think over in Everett, and because Everett has a school over there that would like to start doing this program as well. So we are definitely wanting to get more involved in the different school districts. And, the other thing is that we're not just going to do peer work around behavioral health. Some of our youth are very adamant that they also want to specialize in SUD, as being a peer in the SUD side of things, because I do work with a lot of youth that have been in recovery and really want to give back and help youth who are struggling with that addiction piece. So we are working on that and trying to get into more schools. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've heard everything, you know, like, I second what you're saying, definitely, because I've had done research on the youth, the effectiveness of, like, you know, implementing youth mental health literacy and implementing those roles of peer liaisons, because we do like having youth talk to youth, you know, they confide in their friends, they confide in, and so that is a very effective tool. I was, you know, in my community, I was trying to get into the school district, you know, to try to find more information of what they have been doing in terms of like what mental health outreach is already implemented. And they did talk about a peer program. And I didn't know if it was like Spark, but I have no idea whether it was implemented, because sometimes there's always like, they'll talk about it, but you know, and so one idea that I came across was, have you ever heard of We Dine Together program?
Uh-huh.
So there was a former high schooler, I guess during his time when he was in school, he started up a program. So a lot of students, you know, a number of them, especially if they're new or, you know, just have a hard time socializing, they'll sit isolated, you know, like just kind of, I was that kid. I know that very well. So the We Dine Together program is during the lunch hours. They have a group of students who will go and just sit next to, you know, either new students or kids that tend to sit alone. And it's they take that hour, I mean, or that time period to do that. And this program actually became, I think, a national program. It just started from one student and he carried on. So that's, even after he graduated, he passed it on to students who wanted to keep it going. And so I know they have a Facebook page, I think a website, but that idea, I remember I proposed it to, because there's a group in my community where a friend of mine is a mentor for it. That's called our Teen League, and it gives them a whole bunch of community volunteer opportunities to do. And so, but I did mention that idea. One of the teens did mention interest in like it. He actually came to me months later or something. Hey, you know, what about that idea? But we never talked about it again. It's been like, I'm not always with that group, but the fact that it had been on his mind, you know, at least something implemented in his mind. But it's stuff like that, that immersion, you know, amongst, and you said like giving that, you know, those tools and empowerment for youth to advocate for their friends and advocate. Yeah, it's so effective, because, you know, that age gap where, you know, for example, my friend is in the baby boomer generation, and the teens have talked about, no, you love her and everything, but it's like there's that age gap, and so they'll talk to me sometimes. And then I pass a lot. So I've worked even briefly in high school where their kids will say, you look like you go here. Like, it's like, so, or I've had kids say that, like, oh, I sometimes forget that you're an adult, because I'm pushing my up to 30. So it's kind of like, oh, that's cool. And I guess that even triggers one question. I'll just leave it there, is that with youth or peers, right? Is it just restricted to the age group of 18 to 25? Because there are people who tend to do well with youth in general, and they're more receptive to them. And I mean, I'm not talking about people who are kind of obvious where you feel like, gosh, that's an age gap. But there are people who just do well.
No, absolutely. And I don't think that we would discount anybody wanting to do what we're doing. If they, no, I think because there are a lot of older people like myself, who, I mean, I'm not a youth, but I once was. But I mean, I seem to connect with the youth that I work with the youth at the school. But yeah, no, I think that eventually too, because we have had this conversation about, you know, having, you know, other older adults, especially like, and we're talking about this with some youth that we're working with that are, you know, in juvie, is that, you know, having some young men that actually were in juvie, they're in prison, they're getting ready to come out, and working with, you know, the youth, because they know where they've been, and this is where I'm at now. And so absolutely, you're gonna find a great deal of older folks that can definitely relate to youth. And I think one of the reasons why I can relate so well is because I had a traumatic childhood, which, I mean, it sucks, but it happened. And I was able to relate to a lot of the teen parents, not because I was a teen mom, because I wasn't, but because of some of the other traumas that I faced. It was very easy for us to talk and just have that conversation. And so I agree with you wholeheartedly that there is a place for everybody.
Yeah, no, thank you for sharing. Like, I also do music as an outreach too. I was just talking to the one of the peers in the hospitality room. So if there's like any ideas that you wanted to like add programs, that I do that with the military and the veterans. And
Yeah.
so like, but it's open to like, I spread it out to the community too. So it's like, I actually did it also too, a taste of it. I was working with the Upward Bound program for a bit. And so we were doing a workshop, and I shared that kind of outreach in that musical sector of using music as a healing tool. So
Absolutely.
yeah. So if you get, like, I know that different domains like implementing different programs to help with therapeutic ways of dealing with stuff. So yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing that. And if you have any contact information you'd like us to have, please go ahead and write it in the chat box, and we will get that.
Where in Upward Bound did you work?
Evergreen State College. But I did the outreach at Clover Park High School. Like, yeah, I was on that team. Yeah.
Did anybody else have any questions or comments? I know we're at 2:07. I do want to talk a little bit about where we're headed, because we have a lot of really exciting things coming up. I'm cold, sorry. What were you all shriveled up? All you have to do is say, Carolyn, I need to turn the fan off. Sorry, that's, again, difference of youth and older person. Must have air. There we go. Okay. So some of our projects for the very near future is that we are working on a contract to move this program. The state has asked us to start in Grant County. So we are going to be starting the Spark program, plus some groups and other youth resources for Grant County, and not just Moses Lake, but all the way up to the top of Grant County. We've been asked to go in and work with the Mattawa School District because of some of the suicides and some of the teen parent challenges that they're facing. So one of the awesome things too is Maria. She is a teen, or was a teen parent, not anymore. But she really was able to come in and work with some of our youth at the school and we're actually talking with some folks just outside of Grant County that started a new teen parent program in Wenatchee. But so we're moving up the state. I know that we have talked to some folks in Spokane about doing some work. We also have a group that is going to be getting trained to do Spark and teaching the class in King County, probably Pierce County as well, and in Salish, the Salish Fitchburg region. So we are definitely making our way across the state. We're very excited to be able to work and do these projects and give youth an opportunity to maybe work on some projects, get paid, and be a part of some system change. But there's a few things that I can't talk about because they haven't been released yet. But we've got a lot of really exciting things coming. We've got a lot of contracts coming in to do some work. But we're also really excited to going to be able to offer for people to call in or reach out to us if they want to talk to one of the youth or chat, get some ideas. They're all very well versed in SMART goals and trauma-informed care, the RAP plans, and you can get those links online for free now for the RAP plan. And the other thing that I'm really excited about is that we are able to do these classes because we're on Zoom and don't see any foreseeable, well, when, hopefully, I don't, but right now we are doing all of our classes online. So we are reaching out to the entire state. If you want to take this class, shoot us an email and we'll get you signed up. Our next class is almost full with, I think, what, 24? 25. So yeah. And we've got some trainers that are getting trained on that one as well. So we're pretty excited about where this is going.
I'm gonna type in our email on the bottom, so if anybody wants to reach out to us,
yes,
that doesn't have our email.
And our phone number. Yeah, because we have a phone number now. Maria's all like, yes, we do. Yes. Does anybody have questions or comments?
Could you pass the link for the workshop eval?
Evaluation.
Yeah, there should be a, go.
Yeah, it's posted in chat.
Please click here. Yes, it's in the chat.
It's 2 messages.
I saw that.
Okay.
About.
Yes, please do fill those out. And I think we've got just a few minutes. So
I know something.
Oh, Maria knows something.
If you guys want to comment down your guys' favorite quote that helps you guys throughout the day or throughout the week, if you guys want to comment one, because on our board we have a weekly or a daily
quotes, and everybody here at the office each day has to write a different one.
So if you guys want to write some down to give us some ideas, we'd greatly appreciate it.
Yes. Or tell us where to find your favorite quote. We can definitely do that too. So let's do one more trivia question here really quick, and I promise I'll get it right this time.
So Carolyn, can I quickly explain mine? Because I've had people challenge mine, so I always try to explain it.
Oh yeah.
It's from my heart that it's actually, I was in a mentorship program, and what they taught us, part of it is getting into the culture that we'll be mentoring, mentoring under. They said you have to earn the right to be heard. And so I thought about that, and I thought that's what I'm going to strive to do. As a family voice, sometimes I can come in angry and on fire and judgmental and argumentative. And when I do that, I am losing my right to be heard, if that makes sense. I'm not speaking in collaboration. I'm not speaking with passion. I'm not speaking with grace. And so that's where, for me, that's what that means to me, is I strive to earn the right to be heard. Because I think sometimes we think that because we're speaking, we get to be heard. And I don't always believe that. I think there's personal responsibility for how we present ourselves. So that's why I put that. So that way, if anybody asks you, what does that mean? You can tell them what it means. I'm not saying you
Absolutely,
shouldn't be
though.
heard, but yeah, so that's mine for now, that I always want to strive to earn the right to be heard. So I'm
Awesome. Thank you, Karen.
going to give it
No,
context.
I really like that.
I love the last one that's on there. If opportunity does not build the door.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
That is cool. That is really
But yes, I'm definitely gonna be writing your guys' quotes on the board every day.
And we do have a Facebook page. It's attached to mine. But it's at Spark. It's at our email at Spark ignite 2019 at gmail.com. We've been posting a lot of different things, and also trying to get out on kind of other media platforms. But also, we're very excited to announce that we are building our website this weekend.
yay.
Yes, so we will have a website for people to visit, for, all sorts of different things, and also, to help get other people's stuff out, especially if it pertains to youth and or family, because I have a feeling in the near future, Karen, we might be working together.
I hope so. I'm on board.
So if there are no other,
True. Wait, who won the first one?
it was Sharon
Okay.
and
Sharon and Karen?
Yeah, it was 2 people, and it wasn't me.
no, it was Mame, right? Is that how you spell?
Mame.
That's so pretty.
I know.
and what's the second trivia question?
What size?
All right, we're getting there. Sharon and
what size? Sharon
if you
and
don't-
Mame, what sizes?
if you don't want to say what size, you can always put it in the chat box to just us.
What's the size? What is it? A t-shirt?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
A Spark t-shirt?
yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. No, large is fine.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Sharon's
Yeah.
thinking. She's deep in thought.
I'll
Oh,
just text it to you privately.
That's fine. That's fine.
oh.
HIPAA.
Yeah, no, are you guys based in King County?
No, we're actually totally on the other end of the state. We are in Benton and Franklin County, in the southeast part of the state.
We're
You're
practically
pa-
Idaho and Oregon.
Oh, okay.
Basically,
Oh,
right?
wow. Yeah, I'm in Pierce County. Yeah.
Well, we're trying to get some stuff started over there, so
Oh, yeah, no, definitely. I'll reach out, or if you say, yeah, I'll watch out for what you guys have, definitely.
awesome. Awesome. And if you're a part of the King County FISPERT, the Family Youth and System Partner Roundtable, we're actually speaking next Tuesday or Wednesday, the 25th.
Yeah, Tuesday.
Tuesday. We are speaking at the King County FISPERT.
at 5:30.
5:30.
I'll
Yes.
see you there.
For the shirts, do you want to get the emails or?
I think we did. We have them.
Okay.
Yes, we have them. And so last question. Last question.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Actually, yeah. When did I say my birthday was?
Oh,
What year is my birthday?
same answer to the question.
Karen?
I got it.
What a little.
You
thing.
said 1974.
1975.
Oh, you said 1975? You said it was
Yes.
the same year as the whatever
Yeah,
started.
75.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
I thought it was
like,
74. Now I'm
no,
just.
there was a confusion. Sharon got it
Well,
right.
I
Like,
know that Spark means students providing and receiving knowledge. I know that you have the Phoenix because you fly out of the ashes. I know that you're going nationwide. I
You know what?
know.
She earned it. She earned it.
I
You
know
can
that
have
you
the
use
t-shirt.
Karen
workers
earned her
locally.
shirt.
I know some stuff.
So private message me and you'll get a shirt, Karen.
If they're regular sizings, I do XL. If they run small or they're stupid girl shapes, I do XXL. those little skinny. My daughter wears those ones where they start regular and then they get skinny down there and I'm like, yeah, no, that would be like a 3X for me. So probably an XL or a 2X, unless they're not the skinny mini cut ones, are they?
Okay.
No
Gotcha.
skinny
No.
mini- Yeah, don't do those.
No.
Don't do those.
No.
Those are not pretty short, round, middle-aged women.
So we want to thank everyone for coming and being a part of this. We are getting out there and really hoping to just make some changes, get the youth out there, get their voices heard a little, well, not a little, a lot better, because we can do better. And we need to listen because they have a lot of really good ideas. So we look forward to future conferences, meetings with y'all, and just let people know about Spark. And when we have our next class after this one, we will let you know, because we will be taking applicants from all over the state. So
yeah, and
Thank you.
I was also gonna add, if you need more advocacy help in talking to legislatures, like training kids, like I'm immersed in government. Like I have a position here. I'm the youngest over there. Yeah.
awesome.
So,
I would love to have you talk to them about that, because that is a lot of work that we're getting into.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, if you guys like need help, like guiding youth to going to city council meetings and stuff, like, I mean, so I'm the person, I just can hold people's hands and guide them off, because that's definitely my arena.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
So, yeah, I'll reach out. This one.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
plan on chatting with you.
I got all your
My aspiring lawyer heart is bumping so hard right now.
Oh no, yeah, no. I mean, like, let's go talk to Inslee, man. Like, yeah, no. I mean, no, I got folks, I know folks up there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's got people. She's got people.
People. Okay. It's on speed dial.
No, like, that's the thing. I forgot to talk about that. I was like, shoot, like, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
People.
Yeah. All right.
So since we have a couple more minutes, Carolyn, do you have a couple more minutes? I wanted
Yes, we do.
wondered if, don't tell me, Brandon, not Nathan, if Brandon and Maria would just take a minute to just share a little bit of who they are outside of Spark. Like, I think I
Yes.
heard Maria was a mom, and I heard Brandon was a cousin or something of Maria, or a neighbor or something, baby daddy's friend. I don't know, but I'd love to hear outside of
Okay.
Spark who you are.
So I met Maria when she was fairly young. I'm 25. She's 21.
I met him when I was 14.
Yeah. and I was almost 18 basically. I had met her during my road to recovery and getting sober and all that. She had known me before the drugs, kind of. We kind of knew each other, but then like after I had moved in with her baby's dad, we just got closer and everything. I got clean. She helped me get clean a lot too. She was part of the recovery. What would head up be like your brother-in-law, I guess?
Yeah,
Like
my
her,
daughter's uncle.
yeah, her daughter's uncle. Her daughter's
Aw.
uncle was a big part of my recovery too. They would keep me distracted and like just help me stay sane and clean. Sadly, in the process of my recovery, one of our friends got dirty into it, you know. And I feel like that's where me and Maria got closer as well because he helped me in part of my recovery, so we tried to help him. And in the help, I ended up getting sucked back into the life, and I just started seeing Maria evolving her life. Even she was doing bad too, but she was getting better. She was actually trying, even though it was bringing her down at times. And we lost connection for like a good few years. And when my brother Monkey had passed away, about like almost 2 years ago, we had reconnected, and I had seen Maria like do a whole lot better than when last time I had seen her. And she had started seeing me start changing my life around, from getting away from gangs, trafficking drugs, being a drug user. I would get people addicted to drugs just so they could buy drugs off me, you know, like, and she helped me change that around a lot, and she saw that I was actually changing and getting clean. So she told me about this program. I met Carolyn. First time ever meeting somebody that didn't judge me by how I looked or like anything like that. She just wanted to know who I was as a person, asked my story, and she offered me not help, guidance just right after that. And that's what I appreciated the most about this program a lot, is that nothing was forced. It was more of I seen the opportunities that they have, and I wanted that for me, and I wanted to better myself. And all my friends that are seeing me do better, that are doing bad in life, they've been asking me what I do, and I just tell them, because they know Maria as well, that Maria is the one that helped me and showed me the light at the end of the tunnel. And anything's possible with just change, you know. Being resilient, being very optimistic, not giving up in life, and just striving for what you believe that you are here to be on this earth for. I feel like I'm here to help the youth, encourage and guide them, and let them know that it's never too late to change. And Maria, being younger than me, is my role model. And she's actually showing me that change is possible no matter what you go through. I lived a hard life, and she has as well, raising 2 daughters. So if she could do it with 2 kids screaming in her ears and fighting each other, I'm sure
Literally.
I can do it too, you know, and anybody can as well. And that's what I just want to show the youth as well. It's never too late to change, and you actually start feeling better about yourself. I used to waste all my money on drugs, and now I waste all my money on clothes, and I can appreciate how I look now and all that, you know, like I like what I get to buy and spoil myself with. So just
You can
seeing
walk
that.
down the street with your little man swag and your head up
Yeah.
high, but oh yeah, looking good. I like
Yeah.
that. I
I
like
feel
that.
confident now, you know. I don't feel like people are staring at me because I look like a drug addict or a gangster. I feel like people are staring at me because I just dress nice now, you know. It's a whole different type of feeling.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing.
You want to wrap it up, Maria? We got 2 minutes.
What is it? Okay, a little bit about me, real quick.
Yeah, like how old are your kids and how old are you? And
So I just turned 21, and my daughter just turned 2. Me and her have the same birthday, my youngest. And yeah, and I was just like, I don't know if it runs in the family or not, because my dad and my brother have the same birthday, and it's just weird. But I have a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old that's graduating pre-K tomorrow and starting kindergarten in September. So I am I'm gonna be an emotional wreck tomorrow. And they're both little girls. My oldest, her name is Amaya, and my youngest is Esperanza, which is Hope. So that's the reason why I really love the Hope Agency, because my daughter's name. And she was kind of I truly believe my oldest was the one that kept me here, because I was very suicidal before. And she's the one that kept me here. And I believe my daughter Esperanza, the reason I gave her the name Hope is because she gave me the hope to keep pushing forward. And I don't only have one daughter, but I have two to keep pushing forward to, and keep striving and thriving and just get myself together. And she was a big help for me as well. So those are my little motivations every single day, even though they fight like crazy. But so
They are our future Sparkies.
Yeah.
So yes.
That's awesome. Thank you for the time, you guys. You're awesome.
thank you.
Thank you guys for
Thank you,
coming.
guys.
Yes.
Bye. Tell all the other Spark crew I said hi. I've met a few of them at the statewide Fistford and at class and around the town. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
For the rest of the
I'll message you, Charmaine.
Yeah, we'll be in touch, you guys.
Okay.
Bye.